Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, I am once again playing the Tier 8 British Battlecruiser Hawke. Now I know there's no Battlecruiser designation, but I consider this line Battlecruisers despite the fact that they are categorized as battleships. Now I gave you all the pertinent information about the ship, all the particulars in the last replay. I've actually got a total of 3 replays from this particular ship in the line. And then I have one from the Duncan, and we're going to have a video replay from Dark Wolf to highlight the Tier 10 in this line. But I wanted to be able to give you the kind of the broadest view I'm able to give you in a short period of time of what this line is all about, what it's capable of. And even if you're not into playing these mid-tiers, I can tell you that the Duncan and the St. Vincent are super, super fun. All of them are fun ships to play. The guns are amazingly accurate and hit really hard. They've got a great fire starting chance beginning at this tier, at Tier 8. They're just super effective. If you play them like a heavy cruiser, in my opinion, that's probably the best way to go with these things. You can be really, really effective. You can help blap a lot of cruisers. You can even help against destroyers because these guns are so accurate. You can load up HE and put shots on target even at some pretty long ranges. As I mentioned in the last game, these are 406s. Max HE shell damage 5,950, max AP damage 12,600. They do have torpedoes. Only got 4 launchers with 2 apiece, I think. In the last replay, I might have said 1. Regardless, the torpedoes are not going to come into play all that often. It's just one for each launcher, so you get a total of 2 per side, I think. If they do come into play a lot for you, it probably means you're going back to port fairly early, because they've only got an 8-kilometer range, and if you're getting that close to the red team to make effective use of those on a regular basis, I imagine you've probably pushed up a little too far and you're finding yourself getting crossfired. Now, if that's happening to you, my recommendation is to play a little bit farther back and maybe make a little bit better use of island cover. And if that feels a little bit counterintuitive to you, I just recommend giving it a try. And there's no silver bullet to learning how to play these things, and I don't claim to be really great at playing them. I just find them super fun, and I feel like I was able to have some reasonable success, given that this is a new ship line for me. I really kind of credit that to 2 things primarily. One is, of course, the speed of the ship. The ship is fast already, and then you add a speed boost on top of that. It allows you to reposition. And in combination with the really low detection rate, as you can see, 11.8, that is kind of cruiserish, right? And it goes without saying that these really hard-hitting guns can create some really nice opportunities to dish out some big damage. In this game, really what I'm trying to do here is just support the Akazuki. And I don't have really high hopes because the Akazuki is sitting in the cap fully broadside. That always makes me a little bit, I guess, we'll just say skeptical. Now you can see the Akazuki smoked up there, but he's just sitting there. I'm trying to get a shot off on New Orleans. Our Helena finishes off their Pensacola, and I'm able to land an almost 29,000 HP shot on New Orleans, and I'm just calling for my team, hey, finish him off, which they are happy to do. Thank you. Suicide, well, I didn't catch, there was Suicide Machine in the Tarigo. Our Akazuki vacated the smoke, very smart, because he was pushed by Lo Yang, and he gunned down the Lo Yang, so just, goes to show you, you never know. Put this out there in case the Nagato keeps pushing in. See what kind of damage this thing can do through the nose. Look at that dispersion. 7 hits. Now granted, the damage wasn't amazing, but that is some surprising accuracy, right? Now I'm going to try swinging the guns to the other side of the ship. Maybe I catch Renown. And if Nagato manages to push up any farther and not getting sunk, he may show some side. And If he does, he might be able to make a name for that. I have to be careful here not to show side myself because the ship is a little squishy. I aim too low. And torpedoes, do they have the range? It's going to be really close. Oh, man. Oh, that was so close. All right, so Nagato is sunk, and really this game obviously is going to be a big blowout. Bad guys are already down 4 ships. I'm not sure why our Amalfi is sitting on the B line. I myself am just trying to stay out of Harlem's airstrike range. This ship is not heavily armored. Airstrikes can do a lot of damage to this thing. And I really don't have to be much closer to do big damage. Now we'll see how this goes, but 9,500 total. Not great. I think I aimed a little too high. But this ship, unlike so many battleships, the shells kind of go where you aim them. And here come the airstrikes that I was talking about.
Gun crews are on full alert.
I'm going to just move a little to starboard and
Engine
hope
boost activated.
that I can get out from underneath it. And I just barely get outside of that little radius. Here comes another strike. Can I get under this before it lands? Just barely. Now, as a player who has used airstrikes quite a bit, especially on Trump, the destroyer, I know how frustrating that can be.
Anti-aircraft gun crews
Brown's
are
in
on
big
normal
trouble.
alert. All stations reporting the position
And
of a
so is the
strategic
Akatsuki.
target. Concentrate fire
Arturigo
on that
finishes
enemy
off.
warship.
The Akatsuki for his second kill. Akazuki, who I was skeptical of at the beginning, has now picked up his 3rd kill. And like I mentioned earlier, just goes to show you, you just never know in this game. Cleveland eats a big shot for 26,000 damage. Amagi's guns are aimed elsewhere, so I can turn in. I can turn right in and try to put a hurting on Amagi. Now Harlem is still there, but I still have 61,000 HP. The red team has lost half of their team. We haven't lost anyone, so I can definitely afford to take some risks. A little bit less damage there with a couple of overpens and 3 ricochets. Now, I don't want to be broadside to Amagi. Those guns hit very, very hard. But even angled, I've still got 6 barrels, and Amagi is going to be showing me broadside.
Engine boost deactivated.
I expect the airstrike from Harlem to be coming any time. Aimed a little too low there, I guess, as he turned away from me. Harlem is slowing down, I think. I think I'm just going to push into Harlem. I think my teammates are going to be able to finish off the Amagi. You can see I changed course.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert.
Can I avoid this airstrike?
Fire!
Not quite as much luck as the last 2 times, but really not much damage, just a fire. Not even going to put shells on the Amagi. My teammates are doing a great job of that. I'm just going to wait and see when I can see the nose of the Harlem. See, he's backing up. Secondaries of the Amagi are starting to click off, but Helena finishes burning him down. We have yet to lose a ship.
Are on normal
and the
alert.
red team, well, rough game for the red team, and about to get a little bit rougher. I should have just about enough time to reload my guns. And I made a pretty critical error with regards to the Harlem. That armor is pretty decent and it's angled well. So I really should be firing kind of into the superstructure across the deck of the nose of the ship. But instead, I didn't, and you're going to see what happened. So it's kind of a good thing to know. I aimed low. 5 ricochets. Now the Dutch cruiser line, decent armor. If they're angled in close range like this, that can happen a lot. So I won't make that mistake again. The torpedoes out. Managed to secure the cap. And, you know, quietly racked up 111,000 damage. Was not, you know, I didn't do anything phenomenal.
Fire.
Big difference when I aim in the right place. And I think somebody else is probably going to finish him off before I get reloaded. I missed with the torpedoes. Amalfi finishes him, and that is the game. 920 to 1. We have an even lost ship. I know this was a terrible blowout, but it did, I think, give you a good idea of what these guns can do. And what I consider to be kind of more of a heavy cruiser style of play. 120,000 damage on 61 shell hits, shot down some aircraft, a couple of citadels, topped the scoreboard, I think primarily based on damage. I didn't do anything phenomenal there. 61 shells, AA defense did a little bit, not a lot. And, you know, I had a lot of those dark blue bonuses as I was kind of racing through this line. This is not a really long video. I'm not going to make it any longer, but I wanted to make sure that I showed it to you to give you a further idea of what I think the ship can do. The first video with this ship, I did a lot of kiting away. In this one, I was able to kind of stay mid and keep the guns hot, and it can do that. It's a fast ship. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.